a modules folder, and under that modules folder it will create a home component. Okay, so just hit enter. It will start creating the components. Okay, so it is asking me, you want to have Google Analytics? No, I don't want any Google Analytics because my project is not that much, very much important or critical. So I'll say no, and then I'll start. Okay, so it is generated the components. Okay, so now are you able to see? This is the
Yes.
module file folder. We don't have that module folder, but it fetches that, it checks it is not there. It created that folder, and in this it generated all the component file. Okay, likewise the app component. Instead of only app module is not present. Okay, it is having home component, and by default the text is homeworks. Okay, it is not homework, it is homeworks now, and this ts file everything is there. Okay, so now in that app.roots file. Okay, so now as we have already have a home component now, so I'll have a curly bracket, I'll say path. Okay, then I'll colon. So for like in JS or Java query, okay, you have learned JavaScript, right? You are aware of this thing. Okay, so normally when you use JavaScript, so as I said that JavaScript and Angular are almost same, or writing pattern is some kind of same thing, but is not actually. So when we use a JavaScript language, when we are declaring an object or variable, how we declare it, like it is like where object, we'll say obj mobj, and value will be 10. Okay, this in this format we declare an object in JavaScript. Agreed?
Okay.
Yeah, but what in Angular we don't declare this object in this way. Okay, we declare in var m object colon, and we define the data type as well. Now in JavaScript variable, it doesn't contain any data type, correct?
Yes.
So variable is not bind for any specific data type. But here in Angular, when we declare a variable, we have to pass the data type for it as well. So now then my object or my variable will be of a number type, will be of a string type, or will be of an array type or model object type. Okay, so this is the pattern. So if I say number, okay, my this will be my data type number. Okay, my spelling mistake, number, and then value will be 10 in this format. Okay, so same, like, so you must be thinking like why I'm telling this thing in sudden, okay, or in between. Okay, because the reason is uh, now I am declaring a path, right? It means in that particular routes array, I am passing some array object, right? And for that purpose, I want to pass some values. Now, when I say here the path, I'll pass that slash home component, okay, and now my component. So it is asking me, okay, these are the parameters, or these are the route parameters we have, or objects, array objects we have. So we have to define that. So here it is asking me the components, and now it is, I'll just say I have home with me now, so I'll say home. So it is redirecting me to this home component. Okay, so I have declared my path. Okay, now when we are rendering this application, now we have defined this app.routing module in the our app module as well, because we application will come to know that we are routing our application, or routing is a part of our application, right? Now
Yes.
the second part is also we have declared the path, or which routing path we want to give. Okay, so for whom we are redirecting to this component, we have written some code, something like that. Okay, but when we just, likewise I mentioned in last lecture, when we render our first page, okay, it is rendering the index.html page, and it in body we mentioned that approved tag, or approved component, that means that app component. But now how that app component will come to know that we are routing, or we want some routing in that particular application, or routing is in place, right? So
Yes.
there is the another twist, we'll say. First is app component is a basic model, like when we render an HTML page, so it renders this particular app.html page. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll likewise in previous session I'll delete all this code. I don't want this. I don't want to load anything. Okay, so what will I say? I'll just have one h1 tag. I'll say okay, okay. Arey, it is written there. Okay, I'll say welcome. Fine. And now here I want to mention my routing section, or I want to uh, notify that my app component, that there is some routing also in this particular application. So we'll have this router dash outlet. Okay, so now the question will be in your mind that what is router outlet? Yeah, do you have this question?
Yeah.
Arey wow, very nice. I mean, I'm guessing very right. Okay, now the question is, so the routing outlet, it means that when we are routing to some other components, what it does, it locates that URL, that template URL, the HTML URL, the CSS URL, and the TypeScript URL. Okay, so it is the combo, like one एक के ऊपर एक free kind of thing. Okay, so we in this router outlet, so what we'll say when we are routing, now when we are say in app.routing, we have declared over here slash home and home component, correct? बट हमने बोला ही नहीं कि होम कंपोनेंट मतलब हमको HTML रेंडर करना है या नहीं करना है. How will it come to know, right? So this app dot component, that router outlet, it checks the routing link, a router link, and then it renders firstly the HTML, then the CSS files, and then बाद में जो TS file होगा, then it renders that whatever events we are firing, it will render that particular thing. Okay, so
Okay.
this is, it does this thing. Okay, so now how you'll say, now how will come to know, how we'll route this thing now. Okay,
Yes.
this is the another query. Okay, we have defined that router outlet. We have added this router path. So the question arises, the same question, और हम उसी पर अटके पड़े हैं कि हम दिखाएंगे कहाँ पे कि हमको यहाँ पे रिडायरेक्ट करना है,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
we can have a method for routing this thing. Now I am for example, now in this app.component only, okay, I have defined router outlet, but मुझे जाना कैसे है, कुछ तो भी मेरे को stop chain, a bus stop. I want some bus stop so that I'll get a bus for घूमने के लिए. Now what I'll do is in this we'll have some navigation or something like that. Okay, navigation bar. And
Okay.
in that navigation bar, what we can do is we'll route that particular page. Okay, we'll give some link, and then when on the click on particular link, it will redirect to that particular component. We'll do in that way. Okay.
Okay.
So here I'll put a nav. Okay, my class, and class will be navbar. Okay, then it will navbar, then it will say navbar, then it will expand. Okay, it will expand, then large. Okay, and then again navbar dash like light and background. Okay, this is the class. Okay, this is the navigation bar class. Okay. Okay, now I want to add some router over there. Okay, now this is my anchor tag or a hyperlink. Okay, then my class will be navbar brand. Okay, and then I'll close this. It will close the thing. I will name it as my home tab. Okay, here now we'll define our router link over here. Okay, router link. Okay, this, and I'll say home. Okay, and this is the home I have defined over here, or else I'll say I'll remove this and I'll pass this home over here. Okay,
Okay.
so are you agree till this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. So I'll just save this. I'll save this. So now we'll check whether it works or not. Okay, hope so, fingers crossed. Okay, we'll say ng serve. Again, it is taking too much time to run the application, compile the application. Okay, so till the time it is running or compiling the application, we'll just summarize the thing what we have learned in today's session. Okay.
Okay.
So firstly, creating an application, it took up approximately 20 minutes. So we'll skip that part. Okay. So what we'll do is we created the application using route. Okay, this is the first point we learned. Okay, then second point we learn is generate component. Okay, now then third point we learn is define route routing module. Okay, and ports will be navigating, or I would say routing from app component. Okay. Okay, clear
Yes.
this.
Yes.
So now it is coming. Wow, green is just compiling. So as I said that as we have different modules, so if you are in a thought process or you are thinking to create an application, application will contain more modules. What you do is you can have a folder structure where you will have some modules, then you will have a class, you can declare the class, you can do that part. Okay, and although in next session what we can do is I'll explain how we can generate a different modules and how we can interact with our services or APIs using the service components. Okay.
Okay.
So that it will also help you to, if planning to create an application, so it will be also helpful for you to interact with the APIs. Not only the prerequisite, you have to have some APIs created in any language you are comfortable with. Okay, this is either in PHP, or if you're comfortable in .NET, you can just create some API in .NET as well. Okay, you just have to give some that URL and which module, or you want to call a particular API name, you just have to pass that URL onto the service file. Okay. So another part in this routing, you can also pass some parameters as well for your routing. Okay. For example, if you are creating a component with product details, okay, and in that particular product details or product component, you want to fetch the data, or you want to pass some parameters to that particular component, and it will render that data only. So what you can do is here in app.routing, here also you have an option to pass the parameter as well, like ID. Likewise, you can do also. You can do that also. It is not like that you have to just pass that the component name only or slash home. That's it. If you want to pass some parameters, you can pass that parameter as well, like ID or any name. It is not restricted with specific numeric number only. Okay. So you can write it down at this point as well in your notes, so that it will, these are the things you'll have with you when you will create some application and you will try something new. Okay, so now it is compiled successfully. So now we'll check whether it works perfectly or not. So I'll close. So it is localhost. See, now you see we have this welcome and we have this home. Okay.
Yes.
So when I say home, see, it works. It shows my home works.
Okay.
That means it is working. So when I am calling my the home link, so it is rendering that my home component that works into my this thing, my component file. So it is rendering that part. Okay, agree?
Yes.
Great. So just keep this thing in mind. This router dot outlet. Okay, this is the this tag should be in app.component.html file only. Okay, because if you put this in another component, then you'll render the application. This routing will not understand whether where you want to go, right? If you have routing another component, it will not redirect you in that particular this thing components. So just whatever you want to write in that app.component file, you can write it. You want to add some landing page, you can add, but at the end of that particular HTML code, you just have to have this router/outlet tag or part in your app.component.html file, and here you can have this thing. Okay, you can do that. Right, so you are clear this till this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here also we can have some different part. We can try with different layouts. Like in every application, we are not having the same file. Okay, so we have some shared module as well. If you are have worked with .NET, so we have some shared modules, and in that we mentioned some the part or the components which are fixed. We are not changing that part. For example, the header part, the footer part, and the sidebar part. So it is the common thing which we have. Okay, so you can also try this out. Okay, create a component, and you can have the another module, or you can declare that component like this. We have app.root in our index.html. You can also have some header if you generate some components. So likewise, I'll have app/home components likewise. So you can also declare this thing, and that will redirect to or render your that component HTML files onto your page, whatever components you are already mentioned. So you can try this out as well if you are want to try some different things. Okay, fine. So till this thing you are good, or you
Yes.
have any queries and doubts?
No.
No, it is clear. Okay. So now in Angular, there are a lot of stuffs we have. Like we implement some loops, like for loops we have in our object-oriented programming or any C language. So likewise, also Angular have some, looping process, some if-else conditions, some case statements also we have. So what we'll do is we'll have this on next session. So you'll also understand. So how we'll work with particular thing, and where we do declare the array, or where we pass the arrays, or how we can process the array values, or where how we can loop the array, how we can put some if else condition, and how we use that if else condition for displaying or hiding the things. Okay,
Okay.
so we can do it in next session. Okay, so
Okay.
fine. So what you can do is you can try